Hello there, everybody. Welcome to So You Want to Be an Authortuber, a free course from Soulbard Academy, created by, me, Jenna O'Malley, your soul writer, author of sci-fi fantasy with dashes of romance and nerdy references. This is the freebie course that kind of gives you an example what to expect when you take a paid course with me. So our first paid course is going to be coming up here for purchase very shortly with details of an announcement to follow after this series releases. So let's go ahead and dive straight into what you need for, journaling your way to starting or even doing what I did and rebranding your channel, your social media, your business, maybe even through reflective writing. Let's go ahead and get started with lesson 1 and rock it. Welcome back, everybody. If you would like to get the workbook to follow along or the slides, please do check the links in the description box below. Now would be a great time to click that pause button and download anything or get anything you need to take some notes, do some beverages, some things to snack on, anything you need to keep your study productive. Chapter 1. Charting Stardom. A vision is born and a mission, started. So I'm going to actually go ahead and slip on over into the slides. There are 2 pages available at the beginning of every lesson for you to use for notes. If you need more, print more is kind of my thought process there. So for our slides that go with this lesson, we're going to start off with a couple of definitions, just so we all are on the same page and understand what we're working with colloquially. Reflective journaling is kind of self-explanatory. You're going to sit down and journal whatever you're thinking about to a question that forces you to reflect on something. So if you have yet to start your AuthorTube channel, you might feel like you don't have much to reflect on. The questions that are going to be your homework between this week and next week are going to be what kind of get you in the mode to realize you have plenty to start your journey now and why doing so might be better for your growth as an author long term later. So there are prompts in the workbook following the notes pages, and I will preview a couple of those throughout this lesson. So there is a prompt on reflective journaling to kind of get you started in the right mindset. So the other reason why I like to use reflective journaling for authors and writers or creatives of any way, shape, or form is because, you're already familiar with a tool that will benefit your mindset to get in the right place where it needs to be before you even plan your first video, okay? We're not even talking about planning videos yet. That's how down to the brainstorming level we need to take this with the reflective planning through writing, therefore journaling. So you may feel like you're doing brainstorming, drafting, getting feedback from your peers. I set this program for this course up purposefully that way because we're already using skills most of you already have, or else why would you want to become an authortuber? Author/writer. It's like, let's use what you have there to your advantage. Also, throughout this, you will see one number come up again and again and again. 3. Fiction authors and nonfiction or analytical argumentative authors know that this number shows up across cultures, across time. In my opinion, I think Aristotle kind of had it right, thinking about it like a triangle. When you think about building a house or a bridge, the more triangles you have, the stronger it is. And that's where the power of 3 is so important to me. You're literally exploring the strongest angles available in your writing, so to say. So that will come up again and again as part of the reflective process. As with writing fiction or nonfiction, starting out with your YouTube channel should have a select group of people, wide, narrow, big, small, however niche or genre specific that in a moment, get more to that in a moment, you want to go, you need to have an ideal audience, okay? Now, you heard me mention genre versus niche. Well, just like writers consider their ideal audience whenever they're writing to their genre or within the wheelhouse of what readers expect out of that genre, viewers of your social media content are going to look at a niche in the very same manner, okay? This is why certain YouTube channels do phenomenally well. For example, if we step just more generally into YouTube proper, you'll see people who do the Let's Play channels. That's probably one of the larger niches here, but you could even cut that into smaller sub niches. So you might have a Let's Play sub niche that's only horror games, that's only The Sims, that's only speed running. You see, they're completely different content. It's kind of the same here. We here at AuthorTube are kind of able to pull on other niches as if we are a sub niche, okay? For example, I like to pull on the fact that I enjoy the anime, the tabletop RPG, the dice rolling, the video games into a lot of what I make my content around. I also have lately started branching out to including the witchy pagan tarot divinatory crystal part of my life a little bit more. Other authortubers such as Sarah Cannon, she includes planning into one of her channels. I know Sako Toomey includes her expertise as a dungeon master, game master, tabletop RPG player into some of her content, all the way over to even looking at what Charlie Dorset does with world building specifically and video games, right? So you see how all of these people somehow connect into the AuthorTube realm, but they have different ways of doing so. Therefore, just like with your genre, say, for example, like with me, maybe you write romance or part of your fantasy is romance. You see, romantic fantasy and fantasy romance could be different things. Know your niche here in YouTube the same way. See if you could get it to work on a continuum to your benefit to get you more likes and subscribes, honestly. And this is how most YouTubers go about doing it. Let's look at the obvious pattern of the channels that really do well that aren't like, the Try Guys or Team Edge or Markiplier, who do specific tasks that are high interest, like gaming challenges or things of that nature, and just experimenting with different things in life, right? You have other channels that tend to operate rather successfully on something that writing teaches all writers to do, regardless of fiction or nonfiction, and that's write a strong central idea. In nonfiction, we call it your thesis, right? At a base level. And we call it your plot in fiction. So what we need to consider here on the YouTube end is the problem to solve, adding that with your niche and solving it in a way your niche, your audience needs, could be what gets you that viral video, okay? So viral could mean different things to different people. To me, I'm still a growing channel. To me, anything over a couple of thousand views, I'm happy with that. I consider that, a personal best viral. Maybe you want 10,000 views on your shorts in a month. How can I get there? Can I solve this problem for someone? And this course will set you up with the mindset through that reflective journaling to kind of start seeing where you have a place in a niche that might feel tiny and or overcrowded. So I mentioned the thesis is kind of your operating mindset for this. What is a thesis? Specifically, by definition, whenever we're talking about in a 5-paragraph argumentative, informative essay type situation that I might teach to someone in grade 6 through 12 at my former day job. It's, that sentence that's supposed to be at the very end of your intro, and it kind of not only summarizes what's ahead in the upcoming paragraphs, but it contains maybe the key topic and an argument about it, right? A thesis statement does a lot of work. Therefore, some YouTubers find that if they sit down and plan their channels and their videos around thesis statements, they are able to find more success. And there are very types of what I would consider business thesis statements that are very, very worthwhile investigating and not only reflecting on, but updating them. Most successful businesses, from your computer giants all the way down to, us working out of our extra bedroom or corner of an office somewhere, we should have two types of quote business thesis statements, and you really should have them for your YouTube channel specifically. Okay, what are they? You've probably heard them before, but not necessarily talked about in this context, and that would be your vision statement, and of course after is your mission statement. But what is a vision statement first? This is what gives you direction to a project, a company, an organization, and it's a mode of guidance for what you want the future, short-term and or long-term, to be. It could be including interactions with customers, viewers, other businesses, whatever you like. And then on the other side of it, you have the much shorter mission statement, right? If you saw a video I did recently on the rebrand, relaunch, revolution, reflection for the Myrna Annals, you will see that I had a vision statement and a mission statement posted on screen at one point. So the vision statement and my mission statement for my YouTube channel will be updated once a year is my goal, just to make sure it still fits me and I still fit it, and so on and so forth, okay? It does guide the content I make between the mission statement and the vision statement. What is the mission statement, though? It is the how you make that future in the vision statement come to life. Again, either it's your short-term steps or your long-term steps, okay? For me, my mission statement further breaks down into my Kanban board that I use each quarter to guide my projects and goals and things as part of Sarah Cannon's HB90 method and Publish and Thrive courses to keep my author business at a macro level running smoothly, okay? Yes, you could turn your vision and mission statements, in my opinion, into your goals for something like that. They could become part of your 90, 60, whatever days, months, years goals, okay? And I hope that the projects we're about to do will help you go through making your own. If you are unsure of the difference between them still, research the companies you purchase products from on the daily. Like even, the maker of your computer. They have a vision and a mission statement. Most reputable tech companies do. Your household cleaning company probably has one even. The person who runs the local mom and pop shop might even have one. Just ask around and look at a couple of solid examples. A couple of things to pick up on. The better ones focus on products or services. They consider the pattern and structure of your business, but also look at their verb choices. They don't use a lot of weak verbiage. They use active, strong, precise verbs. And that's why they can easily be turned into goals, in my opinion. So if you do want to go ahead and take a look at the workbook with me through some of the prompts, again, this would be a good place to go ahead and pause, switch over, and do so. And let's take a look. So after the notes for the video lesson, you do go straight into a brainstorm. What would your ideal audience, or who rather, your ideal audience be? Would it be a certain age group? Would it be a certain gender, a certain reader? Do you want to work with writers? Do you want to work with a certain other area other than just AuthorTube? Like, do you want to include planning content, gaming content, daily vlog life coffee shop content, home remodel content. Try to keep them connected is the idea. The more connected your niche is, the better. And you should probably only have power of 3. You've got it. I probably have too many, but power of 3 is the ideal. And yes, that is what you see a lot of authortubers and YouTubers post on their channel banner, kind of the 3 things of who they are. So the next question would be the problems you would like to help them solve. Notice we're starting to get you in the mindset of discovering who and what your niche is. The next question asks you to draft and honestly be kind to you and your audience. Based on the previous answers, you'll write 3 vision statements, 3 mission statements. Yes, look at examples online. Are they perfect examples? No, they're just examples to give you ideas of options. There is not a perfect vision statement or mission statement. How are we going to get you to choose the best one for your situation, though? You're going to ask your peers. You're going to ask your family. You're going to ask your friends. So edit it, those statements however you like. Take the time to finalize your wording and then rank the ones you like yourself. Don't tell anybody. And then go and ask 5 or more people to do the same thing without context. You don't have to give them context if you don't want to. It might make them more honest if you just say, hey, rank those 3 sentences 1 to 3 and rank those 3 sentences 1 to 3. Don't ask why. You might get an honest answer out of them. Then sit down and compare your choices versus everyone else's choices. It will really give you a sense of which sentence structure you chose was probably the strongest, and which wording choices were the strongest for your voice. That's kind of the mode we're trying to get into here, of finding which pair stand out the most. Do they complement each other? Do they need any editing? Possibly. This is the stage where you're going to reach out between you and your peers and do that editing revision as needed. And then, of course, have you reflect. I have a fill in the blank sentence here. The best vision statement from my research is blank because blank. I can see this working because blank. Use lists, bulleted lists, numbered lists. I prefer bulleted here so we're not feeling like we're ranking our reasons, but a list would be appropriate to kind of fill in some of those blanks. And that way you always have a reminder to come back to of how you came to this decision if you need to edit and update every so often, which you should. And then, of course, you're going to do that for your vision statement and your mission statement. I wanted to give you plenty of room to write because I have huge handwriting myself. And then based on your vision statement, what topics can I make as content? What videos can I make? Based on my mission statement, same thing. Again, gave you a ton of room to write because you might come up with more ideas later on down the line. Should you keep these pages easily accessible? These would make an epic first couple of pages to keep in the beginning of maybe a binder or a planner that is just for YouTube planning. Yes, I have one of those. No, I'm not going to go over it fully in this course. Yes, I would entertain doing a class on that if you're interested. If you are interested in more content like this or courses that are paid or free from me in the future, please do let me know. So, and then of course, here we're going to get into making a promise to yourself at the end of the reflection. I'm serious about this part right here. I'll even highlight it and zoom in. Copy this phrase. I promise I will not limit myself to the above topics and statements. I understand this is a reflective process that I can visit at any time. I'm serious. Copy it. Why? You need to be kind to yourself. I end most of my videos, the reason I do, because I want to make sure people are aware you need to be kind to yourself. You have to be, okay? And then I do have a prompt here where I give you some extra pages to work with and some bonus pages below it if needed for this first class. On the next page or on another virtual physical writing space, write a letter to yourself. I want you to actually write to like your 100 sub level me, your 500 sub level me. If you're already subbed past 10,000, pick your 1 million sub level me. and just encourage yourself. Thank yourself. I'm serious. Celebrate it as if it's here. Why? You got to be kind to yourself in this process. Social media marketing is not easy. It is don't want to say this phrase, but you will get eaten alive if you take a slight misstep. Therefore, you need to be kind to yourself first from the beginning. And this is all the more reason why I think you do really need to come back and repeat this process fully, all of the reflective steps included along the way. So if you want to support this free class, please do go ahead and check my Ko-fi link in the description box as well for a tip. A Soul Bard Academy paid course on research techniques and methods for fiction and nonfiction authors is coming in the future. And if you're interested in any other topics or any other content, please do let me know. As always, thank you for your support. Thank you for taking care of yourself. I know you're worth it. Bye. Oh, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.